Last night, you told God you were done. Not, I'll try harder, done. Done, done. Delete the app, block the number, throw it away, whatever it takes, done. And you meant every word. You felt clean. You felt like this was finally the version of you that was gonna last. That was 6 days ago. And right now, you're sitting in the exact same shame you swore you'd never sit in again. But here's what's eating you alive. It's not the sin. You've sinned before. It's that you're starting to wonder if something is fundamentally broken inside you. Because other Christians seem fine. They post scriptures, they show up to Bible study glowing, they talk about victory like it's easy, and you can't even make it a full week. So you've started building a theory about yourself. The theory says, maybe I'm not like them. Maybe I got the words right, but my heart never actually changed. Maybe God saved me on paper, but something inside me didn't get the message. That theory is a lie, and I'm going to prove it to you with one question. If you didn't belong to God, why does the sin bother you at all? Think about that. The world does what you did last night and sleeps fine. No guilt, no 2 a.m. prayers, no searching YouTube for answers at this hour. The reason you can't let it go is because something inside you won't let you be comfortable in the mud. That something has a name. His name is the Holy Spirit. And he is not groaning inside you because he's disappointed. He's groaning because he's fighting for you. Your struggle is not evidence against your salvation. Your struggle is your salvation at work. Here's what nobody talks about in church. They will preach about victory. They will preach about freedom. They will give you Romans 8:1 on a coffee mug. There is now no condemnation. But nobody stands at that pulpit and says, what happens when you've claimed that verse 400 times and you're still falling? Nobody teaches you what to do when the cycle isn't breaking. When the worship song still makes you cry on Sunday, but by Wednesday your hands are right back where they shouldn't be. So let me be the one to say it. You are not broken because the fight is lasting longer than you expected. You are human. And you are in a war that doesn't end until glory. Paul said it, Romans 7:19. The good I wanted to do, I do not do. The evil I do not want to do, this I keep on doing. Read that again. That's not a baby Christian confessing an altar call. The man who planted churches across the known world. The man who saw visions of heaven. The man who wrote the words your pastor preaches from. And he said, I keep on doing. Present tense. Active. Ongoing. Unresolved. If Paul's struggle didn't cancel his calling, your struggle does not cancel yours. But let me tell you where you've gone wrong. Not in the sinning. In the strategy. You've been trying to fight sin by staring at sin. Every morning you wake up and the first thought is, don't do it today. You've built your entire spiritual life around avoidance. Don't look, don't touch, don't think about it, don't go there. And by noon, that's all you can think about. Because here is a law of the human mind that nobody in your small group explained to you. Resistance without replacement is obsession. You cannot empty a heart. You can only trade what fills it. The Bible doesn't say, clean the house and leave it empty. It says when an unclean spirit leaves and the house is swept but empty, it comes back with 7 others worse than itself. Matthew 12:44-45. Your problem isn't that you haven't tried hard enough. Your problem is that you have an empty house. You pushed the sin out the front door, but you didn't invite anything in to take its place. This is why God doesn't just say stop sinning. He says walk by the Spirit. Galatians 5:16. Walking is motion. Walking is direction. Walking is filling your steps with something. You don't defeat lust by hating lust harder. You defeat lust by being so consumed with the presence of God that the counterfeit loses its flavor. You don't stop lying by gritting your teeth. You stop lying when the truth of who God says you are becomes louder than the identity you've been protecting. But here's where the enemy has really trapped you. And you need to hear this. It's not the sin that's destroying you right now. It's the shame after the sin. The sin takes 5 minutes. The shame takes 5 days. You sin on Tuesday and you don't pray until Saturday. You sin at midnight and you skip church on Sunday. Not because you don't love God, because you think God needs space from you. You are treating the creator of the universe like a girlfriend you disappointed. Like if you just give him a few days, he will calm down. That is not theology. That is trauma. Somewhere in your life, love was conditional. Somewhere you learned that when you mess up, people leave. And you painted that onto God's face. But God is not your father who walked out. God is not the friend who cut you off. God is not the person who said, I'm done with you. God is the one who said, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:8. Not after you cleaned up. Not after you proved yourself. While you were still in it. In the mud. In the mess. In the middle of the thing you swore you'd never do again. That is when he moved towards you. Not away. So tonight, when the urge shows up, and it will, don't do what you've always done. Don't white-knuckle your way through it in silence. Don't grit your teeth and pretend you're strong. Fall on your knees with the craving still in your chest and say, God, I want to do the wrong thing right now, and I am choosing to tell you about it instead of hiding from you. That is not weakness. That is the most violent act of war against the enemy you will ever commit. Because the enemy's entire strategy is isolation. He doesn't need you to sin. He needs you to hide after you sin. The sin wounds you, the hiding kills you. Bring it into the light. Tell God. Tell a trusted brother or sister. Let the shame lose its power by losing its secrecy. You are not disqualified. You are not too far. You are not the exception to grace. The thief on the cross had no track record, no Bible study streak, no 90-day devotional plan. He had nothing but a cry for help. And Jesus looked at him, a man with nails in his hands and hours left to live, and said, Today you will be with me in paradise. Not tomorrow, not after you prove it. Today. If that man received paradise mid-execution, you can receive mercy mid-failure. Now I need you to do something. Not for me. For yourself. For the version of you that's been drowning in silence. Go to the comments and write 4 words. I brought it to the light.